Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a book review of James Patterson's Witch and Wizard, and this is the first book of the series, and it's about these two kids called Wit and Wisty, and they're brother and sister, and they get kidnapped by the New Order, which is like a new kind of government who likes to repress everything nice and fun, and it turns out the two kids are actually witches and wizards. I presume you could call them witch and wizard, but yeah, I actually did not like this book at all. I love James Patterson. I think he's really good. I loved his Maximum Ride series to death. It is amazing. I read some of his adult books as well. They're all really good. This was just really, really bad. The first problem I had is the characters' names. Wit and Wisty, they're too similar, and it's kind of hard to tell which one that they're talking about at the time. And the book is written in like little sections, like each chapter could be a different person, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. Like you could have Wisty for 6 chapters and then 2 chapters of Wit, and then, you know, another 4 chapters of Wisty and 8 chapters of Wit. And the problem is there's no real distinction between which character's which, other than the fact that it'll say it at the top of the chapter. Because, like, despite them being 2 different characters, it's all written kind of in the same voice. There's no real difference between the two. So it's like author voice rather than character voices, which is really confusing, and it kind of stops the story while you're reading it, because you read a chapter, and each chapter is only about 2 or 3 pages long. Like, look, this chapter is essentially 1.5 pages long, and then it's a new chapter. So every 2 pages, you're there like checking, oh, who am I reading? Who am I reading? Oh, it's Wisty. Yeah, that's fine. But that kind of stops the story every 2 pages, so you're there thinking, oh, okay, this is happening, who am I reading now? And you know, it really just jars the story the whole time. And it got to the point where I just couldn't finish reading the book, and that's a very rare thing. Even if I don't like a book, I'll usually finish it to the end, just in case it gets better along the way. I couldn't do it. I could not finish this book. And And another thing that I really didn't like about it was, like, I'm the kind of person who'll read the ending anyway, just to see what happens. And, like, the book starts where they're in, like, this big stadium, like, they're like the prologue. They're in this big stadium, and they're about to be executed. And then you get to the very end of the book, and you still don't know whether they're going to be executed or not. It ends exactly where it starts in the prologue. So, you know, they're just still standing in the stadium, maybe dying. And you're just like, hello, you could give me something, you know, you gotta give your readers something to keep them interested. It doesn't. Like, you just say, okay, at the start they may be executed, and at the end they may be executed, but you're still not gonna know. That being said, there is 2 or 3 of these books. I'm not sure how many exactly, but it is a series. So, you know, it will continue, and clearly if there's that many books, they don't die. But, you know, you still gotta, like, there's no indication that anything is going to happen to make it, you know, to make them live. You know, there's no stranger that appears out of nowhere, or, you know, something. Just any little hint of something. It's just, you know, we'll tell you next time whether we lived or not. That's literally what they say. Don't worry too much about Wit and me. Word of what happens will get to you. I promise. That's all it says. That's literally what it says. I mean, what? It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I love his books, I really do, but this was just so bad. And you have to wonder about, like, even the editor. I mean, how could an editor let this book go to print when it's so crap? And when you have to consider how good the rest of his books were? It just, oh, it baffles me. It really baffles me. Now, that's just my opinion though, so if you've read this book and you liked it, let me know in the comments. I want to hear what your thoughts are, because, oh, it baffles me. It really does. And that's pretty much it for this book. I have to say though, I'm really glad I didn't actually purchase this. I got it from the library. I'd intended to buy it, but I just could never find the first book of the series when I was going to buy it, and, you know, I happened to see it in the library, and I thought, oh, well, I'll just read it that way. I'm really glad I didn't buy it. Yeah. That is it. I will see you again soon. Bye.